Chapter 2 Tom Sawyer, the Shrewd Boy. Introduction. This story is adapted from The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. It is an 1876 novel about a young boy growing up along the Mississippi River. It is set in the 1840s in the fictional town of St. Petersburg, where Twain lived as a boy. In the novel, Tom Sawyer had several adventures, often with his friend Huckleberry Finn. Tom Sawyer lived with Aunt Polly. She had a lovely garden at the front of her house. The garden had a wooden fence all around it. Tom loved to lie on the cool grass in the garden. It was a fine Saturday morning. There was no school and no homework. It was a holiday. Tom was feeling lazy and sleepy. He laid down on the cool grass and looked at the blue sky. He looked at the white clouds. He looked at the birds flying in the sky. He was very happy. Tom, Tom! It was Aunt Polly's voice. Where are you, Tom? Today I have some big work for you. Come and do it. Tom heard her, but he did not open his eyes. He kept lying very still. He said to himself, perhaps Aunt Polly won't see me here. I wish to rest and sleep on the soft, cool grass. But in a moment, Aunt Polly was standing next to him. Get up, Tom, she said. Tom opened his eyes slowly. Look here, Tom, said Aunt Polly. The old paint on the wooden fence is beginning to peel off. I want you to give it a coat of new paint. Here is the paint in this bucket and here is the brush. It's a nice bright day to work. You must start now and paint the whole of this fence. Before Tom could say a word, Aunt Polly had gone back into the house. Tom looked at the fence. It was such a long fence. He looked at the bucket of paint. It was such a lot of paint. All his morning happiness was gone. Oh, what a waste of holiday, Tom said to himself sadly. He dipped the brush in the paint and started to work. Soon he saw Ben coming that way. Tom had a clever idea. He began to sing and smile as he painted. Ben had a nice red apple in his hand. Tom's mouth watered, but he kept moving his brush on the fence. Ben wanted to make fun of Tom. He walked up to him and said, Hello, Tom. Have you got to work even on a holiday? Work? Said Tom. What do you call work? Why, isn't that work? Said Ben. You can call it work, but it suits Tom Sawyer. I don't think everybody can do it, said Tom. Tom carefully swept his brush back and forth like an artist. Then he stepped back to study the effect. He added a touch here and a touch there. Ben watched every move. He was getting more and more interested. At last he said, Tom, please let me try a little. Tom smiled. His plan was working. No, he said. Aunt Polly will know it and she'll kill me. Sid wanted to do it, but she didn't allow him. Tom, I'll be very careful, said Ben. Please let me try just a little. I'll give you half of my apple. Oh, Ben would let you do it. But you know Aunt Polly is very particular about this fence. There is not 1 in 1,000 who can do it the right way. Come on, Tom. I'll give you all my apple, said Ben. Well, Ben, said Tom, you can try, but you must be very, very careful. Tom gave Ben the paintbrush and took his apple. Ben set to work in the hot sun. Tom sat down happily on the grass and ate Ben's big red apple. He kept telling Ben again and again, Ben, look at that part of the fence. You haven't done it rightly. You haven't done it rightly. Do it again or Aunt Polly will be angry. Soon other boys came there. By evening, The fence had received 3 coats paint, and Tom had collected a number of playthings. In addition to the things already mentioned, Tom got an old copper coin, a tin soldier, a dog's collar, a toy gun, and a bottle opener. When all the paint was finished, Tom went indoors to tell his aunt. "How much of the fence have you done?" "All of it." "All of it?" Aunt Polly went out to see for herself. She could hardly believe her eyes. Really, all of it had been done, and it had been done so nicely. "Well, Tom," she said, "you have worked so well. Now you can go and play with your friends, but don't be late to home." She fetched the best apple from her cupboard and gave it to Tom. Tom smiled and thought, "Work can be fun. Yes, it can be fun when others do it